Oh, guys, my check engine light just came on, and my engine is going crazy. What is going on with my car? Oh, no, 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 no. Everything's going crazy. Oh, man, this is not good. Why is my check engine light and everything on? Oh, man, I'm on an island. Okay. I do not know what's going on with my Subaru. Why is the check engine light on? Brakes, everything's disabled. What is going on with my car? Okay, I can't worry about it right now. I just need to get it on the ferry and get it off the ferry. This year will make 4 years that I've been living on the road full time between my van and my Subaru. And the one thing I can tell you guys, for me, and I can only speak for me, is that living on the road full time and driving across country in a vehicle that is my home, there is a level of uneasiness when it comes to my thought process and how I move about my day. Because for me, especially my first 2 years of living on the road, it was always in the back of my mind, is today the day where my check engine light's gonna come on? Am I gonna get a flat tire? Something gonna be wrong with my car or my van to where I can't start it up? It's always been there. But as time went on and I got used to it and more comfortable with living on the road, I put that doom and gloom thought process of, oh my gosh, I'm driving 2,000-3,000 miles. My check engine light it's gonna come on any moment now. I put that thought process on the back burner. It still pops up every once in a while, especially if I'm driving in an area where it's desolate or there's no services for 100 or 200 miles. It's definitely going to pop up and it's going to be there. But that's something that I have learned to live with and I'm okay with. However, it's just so uneasy when something happens to where I've got to bring that doom and gloom thought process to the forefront. Imagine my surprise when I'm in North Carolina on Ocracoke Island, waiting to board the ferry to go back to Hatteras Island, and my check engine light comes on. With a Subaru, when your check engine light comes on, they disable all of the features of the vehicle that's non-essential. So my front sight was disabled, my X mode was disabled, parking brake, traction control, all that was disabled. And you could just hear the noises beep, 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 beep as each thing was popping up and lighting up on the dashboard. That was crazy. And having to deal with that uneasiness, that doom and gloom mindset on the ferry, going back to Hatteras Island was just something I never want to experience again. Because for me, in my mind, I'm thinking, I hope when I start my vehicle up again, I hope I'm able to drive it off. I hope I don't need a tow. Like all of that was running through my mind. It was crazy, guys. That was just a time I don't want to relive. But good news. I figured out, well, I didn't. The Subaru dealership figured out what was wrong with my Subaru. I took it in, they hooked it up, and the code P0171 popped up, which is essentially meaning a cracked PCV pipe.
This PCV hose up back here is cracked and allowing your vehicle to pull air through it, which is why your check engine light's coming on. So that hose needs to be replaced in order to take care of your concern. Thank you for coming in today.
So basically the mechanic told me that my PCV hose, I said pipe, but I meant hose. He said that it was cracked and that the PCV hose is what regulates airflow to the engine. And because my engine was getting too much air, that triggered the check engine light to come on. Thankfully, it was a quick and easy, inexpensive fix, thankfully, but they were able to get me in that day and get it fixed. And I was so incredibly grateful that I was able to knock that out and get that done. So no more check engine lights. Everything is good. It's been driving smooth. That was the main thing. And so I'm glad it was nothing, it wasn't anything serious. Before I move on to my next Subaru update, there are some comments that I would like to address because I get these type of comments every time I upload a video regarding my Subaru and maintenance. And I'll put the comments on the screen so you guys can read it. But what I will say is I get why you guys would think like this, who, people that make these comments. I get it. I get why you would think like that. But you have to remember, this year will make 3 years that I've had my Subaru. When I bought it, it had 19,000 miles on it. Right now, it has a little over 80,000 miles. That is a lot of miles to put on a vehicle in a span of almost 3 years. Mind you, I drove this car from Nevada all the way to Anchorage, Alaska, from Anchorage, Alaska to Fairbanks, from Fairbanks to Prudhoe Bay, the furthest tip that you can go. And that is incredible with no issues. In the span of almost 3 years, the major things that I've had to get fixed on this Subaru, which to me are minor wear and tear that's bound to happen with the amount of miles that I drive on it daily, is the cracked PCV hose, the sunroof. I've had to get new brakes, new tires, and the new brakes and new tires I got because of the added weight, right? Without that added weight, I would still have those same tires that I had to replace. So the new brakes, new tires, and I have to get new struts and shocks. Again, the struts and shocks is because of the added weight. So wear and tear. If that's the only thing I have to deal with in almost 3 years of driving this thing cross country, thousands and thousands of miles, I'll take it. And finally, I want to touch on my suspension issue. It's no secret that the Subaru dealership that I've been taking my vehicle to told me that my struts are worn out and I need new struts. And that's just because of the additional weight that's in my Subaru. Man, guys, it's about to rain. It is dark out here. Take a look at this sky. It just got really, really dark all of a sudden. I have been dealing with crappy weather all week. I dealt with a little bit of hail. Nothing like what a lot of other states have been dealing with, but I have been dealing with just a little bit of hail. And I've been fortunate that the hail that I have been dealing with, it has not shattered any glass, cracked anything, and it has not dented up my vehicle like many other states. And it's actually starting to rain now. Take a look at this. Man, look at that sky. That is crazy work. I hope that does not bring any hail. I am crossing my fingers. It has been like this all week. Sorry, I got distracted by the bad weather and now it's starting to rain pretty bad, but I forgot what I was saying before the distraction. So sorry if I'm repeating myself, but long story short, I took my vehicle to a specialty shop that specializes in aftermarket suspension and lift kits. They inspected my struts and my shocks. They told me your shocks are still good, but your struts are worn out. They recommended an aftermarket strut kit. And he also said, hey, since you're replacing all of your struts, you might as well upgrade the shocks to match the struts. So I took his advice. So it's nothing serious, guys. He said I can still drive my vehicle. I've already ordered the kit. I've already got an appointment made and I'm so excited. He says you can continue to drive it. He says your struts are worn out, but it's nothing to be worried about. It's nothing too serious. It's not going to affect your driving in any way just yet. You still have time. But I will be getting a whole new suspension kit to include new shocks installed on my Subaru after this trip I have coming up. I have a big trip coming up. I'm super excited for it. And when I get back from that trip, I will be upgrading and replacing my struts and shocks. And what I like about this suspension kit that I'm getting is that he said it will cover the weight that I have and any additional weight that I want to put on the vehicle. If I want to add like rooftop storage or anything like that, it'll more than cover that. He said you're going to be good to go with this new kit that we'll be installing, and you'll notice a difference in driving and handling and stuff. And so I'm happy for that. So happy. And after that, that's it. I won't need any more work done or anything like that. Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Living on the road, guys. Sheesh. It's always something, but I'm happy that it's nothing too serious, and I can't wait to get everything installed and get back on the road. And that's all the updates regarding my Subaru. I know a lot of you are thinking about what happened with Key West. Key West is still a go. So here's the new game plan. I do have a big trip that's coming up that I'm preparing for. After my trip, I'm going to come back. I'm going to get the suspension kit installed in the Subaru. Once that suspension kit is installed and the mechanics give me the thumbs up to drive it, I will continue on my journey down to Key West. So I still plan on going to Key West, but right now it's just put on the back burner for other things. That's it. Key West is still a go, but it will have to happen a little bit later on. And it's still going to be an amazing trip because there's still states that I want to stop and explore along the way. But that's it, guys. That is all I have for today's video. It was just a Subaru update and kind of keeping you guys in the loop. You know, my life not only entails adventures and cool videos, but it's the boring stuff too, as it relates to my home on wheels. I want to keep you guys updated and keep you guys in the loop with that. That's all I have for you. The video ends here. I'm out. Thanks for watching. And as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care. Peace.